second base, they actually go for a robotics facility and they sit back for a while and mass up a massive army. But for now, yeah, he just warped in all of these sentries. He has a zealot, and I think he may actually move out here soon. So it will be up to the Zerg player to react. Zerg is a very reactionary race, and especially in a situation like this, he just needs to get out as many units as possible. So our Zerg player, he does have actually not that much gas, as he has started roach upgrades. And look at all these upgrades he got. This is multiple mutas that he's not going to be able to get here, as that spire now is, oh, that's a cute little place to put an overlord, just on this little pillar thing right there. That's very nice for Zerg. Kind of handy little trick right there. Anyways, it does look like our Protoss player going to be moving out. We don't have any Mutalisks on the way, as some of these upgrades may need to be canceled if he wants to get out enough units. But no, he is actually going to stick with getting these upgrades. The Roach upgrade just now finishing, so that will help him out a little bit in this battle. But right now he only has 9 Roaches on the way and is apparently almost supply block. Not quite supply block just yet, but he needs to make sure that he is able to get out enough units. I think, though, he actually will be supply blocked a little bit too much here. You can see he's actually kind of panicking here, because what he wanted to do was macro up just a little bit more and then get out those Mutalisks. But with nice force field placement, those Zerglings had a long way to run to actually get this round. The Roach is trying to come in here to help out, but so far it does look like more reinforcing Stalkers are going to be able to take this out. Don't know if the Zerg player can actually react in time. As I said before, Zerg, a very reactionary race, did not have the right reaction. His reaction was getting 4 upgrades, which is not a good choice. I think this game will actually end pretty quickly. So, not the best game, but I do want to say a lot of people were commenting that these large maps are always going to favor Zerg and always going to mean long macro games. So we just saw in this game, if you let something slip by, then you could be in a lot of trouble. So I'm not actually sure what they're talking about right here. Maybe that these Protoss or these Zerg players should have actually made some Mutalisks, but in this game he did not. Got a little overzealous there, got a little too comfortable, and that's one thing about Protoss is you actually need to try and punish a Zerg who is going to be macroing. If you just go head-to-head, straight up macro. In StarCraft 1, it was pretty even when the armies would get maxed out, but in StarCraft 2, the difference is the inject larva. So if you get a couple of waves of injected larva drone count going, your economy is exploding, you get way ahead of any other race, and then you can get your army maxed out much quicker than any other race. That's if you go unchecked, you're making all drones at first, and then all attacking units. So statistically, if you're a Zerg player, you mostly, for the most part on these maps, you want to sit back and mass up as many units as possible, because honestly the Zerg wins that race every single time if they go unchecked. So it's up to the Protoss and sometimes Terran to actually harass that and prevent that from happening. This time we saw a Protoss player. He's like, you know what, I'm not going to sit back. I'm not going to play this game. I'm just going to make an entire army and march into the base. The Zerg's job is to scout that and be aware of the fact that, oh, maybe I shouldn't make 7, 9, 10, 20 drones at a time, and I should instead get some roaches, get some solid defense going. I mean, you can see the Zerg player didn't even have any static defense to hold this off at all. And the thing about this base right here is that spine crawlers right here are going to guard this natural quite easily. You could even put, you know, a spine crawler or something up here just in preparation for units running up this ramp, although I wouldn't recommend putting a spine crawler there. But just saying, spine crawlers in this area will guard this entrance and guard your main and your natural, which our Zerg player did not quite utilize there. He got a little comfortable, and again, that's a mistake that I think a lot of Zerg players will make, is sitting back, enjoying the ride, and then, you know, if the Protoss player kind of goes against that, you got to make sure to react. What button did I just hit? Apparently we just started this replay over, but one thing I wanted to watch was, did he actually get... I got to see this actually happen. This is going to be world's earliest Nexus, so we're currently at 1 minute. Pylon is on the way, and what time does he actually get out his Nexus? I'm just kind of curious here with the timing of this Nexus. I'm pretty sure that's the earliest Nexus I've seen. So he gets it at before the 3-minute mark in game time. He already has the Nexus on the way, which is a total blind Nexus. If we pause this really quick, the probe hasn't scouted the Zerg player yet. The way he scouted was the very last way. So a complete blind Nexus. I would not recommend doing this, but sometimes risks pay off. As that little tip on the loading screen sometimes says, expanding to nearby resource locations early can help your... It can sometimes be risky, but it can sometimes... Whatever the tip says, I don't read that stuff. But it tells you that if you expand early, you make more money. And